Hey there, Aquarius. Welcome to your reading for the week of February 10th. This week you start with this Waking the Lion card, and you also have this Feeling the World card. One thing about you, Aquarius, is Leo is your opposite sign. And, we had Mars go retrograde in Leo, in your opposite sign. And so a lot of you could be now that it's moved back in, it's retrograding back into Cancer, you could be feeling more bold, assertive, like you want to get more work done, things like that. So there definitely could be kind of like a fire growing inside of you, something that you are, wanting to accomplish, or you could be, and you have this Fiery Beginnings card, by the way. I just saw that. It says you're on the brink of a real breakthrough, follow your heart and live your passion. So very passionate energy here, and we do see love here, but that passionate energy could be the love energy is what I'm trying to spit out here, Aquarius, is it could just be passion, something that you want to create or something that you want to do with your life. And it looks very good. It's not a very fiery reading, which is funny. You have two fiery oracle cards, but you have like almost no fire in the actual reading itself. So you have the Lovers, the Queen of Pentacles, and the King of Pentacles in your first row. Again, there has been a lot of love in readings lately, and so I don't know. I really don't know what I was going to say there. As usual, I always lose my mind with your readings, Aquarius. But it could be that there are it's just a better time for love. We have Venus going is in Pisces. It's gonna go retrograde this year into Pisces. We also have the North Node in Pisces. As I've said a million times by now, probably, I think we could be attracting kind of almost like karmic connections, but I'm not talking about a karmic like most people think of it. I'm talking about like past life connections, destined connections, fated connections, whatever the hell you want to call it. And so it is a good time for those of you that want like a strong connection. But again, this is good for all connections. So if you need like a business partner, if you need someone to bounce ideas off of, now is like an amazing time to develop like friendships, connections, mentorships, all those things. And all of that is popping into my head with this Lovers card. So, those are all the things that I would be working on. And, especially if you're having a new beginning. You have the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. Again, they are divine counterparts. I do like them together because they usually represent two people who kind of want to put the work in, who want to build a solid foundation. So very good. You also have some good money cards right off the bat. And we are going to clarify, so we'll see what else comes up. But you have the King and the Queen, and you have the Eight of Pentacles. And these two together plus that Eight of Pentacles is like building wealth energy. And so I feel a lot of you are more focused on kind of creating more quality in your life. Especially Eight of Pentacles is one of my cards of quality. Three of Pentacles is the other one. We don't have the Three of Pentacles here, but I'm just saying. So the Eight of Pentacles is kind of like a card of quality work. He is working diligently just on those Eight Pentacles. He's only kind of focusing in on one thing, and he's making sure that he's doing a good job. So I feel for a lot of you, you could be building wealth, abundance, any type of abundance with anything that you're working on with these Pentacle cards. You also have the King of Pentacles. Again, same thing. I pretty much just feel the same, that you're working on wealth building and creating success. But again, wealth doesn't just have to be money. You could be trying to give yourself more time. That's a form of abundance, right? If you cut things out you no longer need and you give yourself more time in life to do the things you want to do, that's a great form of abundance. It could be love, could be anything. With the Lovers, you have the Six of Swords. I don't know. I'm hearing this is your last relationship right here. So I don't know. You could really be meeting someone very significant because I feel, the Six of Swords represents moving on to calmer shores, but it's almost like I get more of a transition feeling here. It's like I'm seeing, it's kind of like the river Styx, and which is death. And I feel for a lot of you that this could be like, the one. I rarely ever say that, Aquarius. So there you go. And if you're already in a connection, this could be an improvement. With the Queen of Pentacles, you have the Knight of Swords. Yeah, no jumping to conclusions at this time. You and Leo, again, your opposite sign, always get the Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords sometimes to me can represent jumping to conclusions. The Queen of Pentacles, the type of conclusion you would jump to with that card is thinking that you don't have enough or that you don't have the resources necessary to accomplish something, because the Queen of Pentacles is all about resources. So with the Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles, we have to be resourceful. We have to realize that, yeah, maybe you want to start a business and maybe you don't have the money to do it, but there's probably another way that doesn't cost money. You could probably bootstrap it if you really do your research and figure it out. So the Knight of Swords, basically says whatever you're trying to accomplish at this time, don't just assume that you can't do it. Where there's a will, there's a way. And I feel that should be your motto here, Aquarius. With the, with the King of Pentacles, we have the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Cups. Too many Pentacle cards here for me today. We have the Queen and King of Cups as well. So the King and the Queen of Pentacles on their own in a reading is okay. But, the problem is they can be a little bit boring. So I am happy to see that these two also come up. It kind of says that it could be a very practical connection, but there's also deep emotions. Sometimes if a relationship is too practical, it's basically not spicy enough, right? And it just becomes like a friendship. So I do like the King and Queen of Pentacles, to a certain extent, right? And so now that we have these two, that makes it a little bit better, much better, really. Next, in the area of what's coming in for you, you have this Overcoming Challenges card. It says, a triumph will bring great changes. Let yourself be open to victory. Yes, I feel that there is something you're probably overcoming. With the Moon card, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Knight of Swords there, that could say that, again, what you're overcoming is your limitations, or a limitation that you've thought that you couldn't cross, but you are. You have this Fiery Beginnings. It says you're on the brink of a real breakthrough. Follow your heart and live your passion. And we do see a lot of heart-based energy here. All these love cards, even if you don't want love, and even if you do, they are all really good cards for listening to what your heart is telling you to do. So I would definitely do that. You have the Moon, the Knight of Cups, and the Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, the Moon, I really feel you need to believe that something is possible. That card says you're overcoming an obstacle here, this Overcoming Challenges card, and there's a mountain on it. There are mountains at the back of the Moon card as well. And the mountains kind of represent the fact that the Fool, the Moon is part of the Fool's journey, and he has to get to the top of those mountains, and he needs to, that is his accomplishment when he gets to the top of those mountains. So I feel a lot of you need to believe in, kind of like I said, where there's a will, there's a way. That should be your motto in whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish. You have the Knight of Cups, which again could be a knight in shining armor, or love coming in for you. It looks like someone is making an offer to someone here, because the Knight of Cups is reaching out to the King of Cups. So someone's making an offer. It could be you, could be them, and it just looks good. You have the Eight of Pentacles. I was getting the word quality on this card, and I would really be focusing on the quality of the work that you do. I think we're in a time where it's like quality, not quantity. So that's what I would be focusing on with the Eight of Pentacles. In anywhere you're trying to create abundance, I would be focusing on the things that actually matter, the things that work in life, and I feel that will lead to faster results. The Eight of Pentacles is also material success on the horizon. Now, a lot of people have been getting these cards that kind of say that work is catching up, as in like the work that you've been doing is the energy is kind of catching up to you, so you can get better results for doing the same work, and also work that you've done in the past. I definitely get that. With the Moon card, you have, what do you know? You have the Hermit. He is standing at the top of the mountain, and he is shining his inner light. He has made it to the top of the mountain. So in a lot of ways, I feel all you have to do is shine your inner light here, and you will get what you want, because it's like you've already climbed to the top of that mountain. With the Knight of Cups, you have the Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles is everything you want and desire. This is an amazing reading here, Aquarius, for sure. Now, Ten of Pentacles doesn't say that you have everything you want and desire like this second. I always say Ten of Pentacles is truly something that we work on for the rest of our lives. It is building, leaving a legacy, so that can be as big or small as you want it to be. It can be money. It can be everything in your life. It can be your story that you're leaving behind. But the Ten of Pentacles is about kind of like really creating something, creating that life worth living. And a lot of you could be kind of focusing in on like all your goals, or, really focusing on the big picture. I look at the Ten of Pentacles as the big picture. And I always tell people as well with this card, I think it's a good idea to, figure out what your dream life would look like and then work backwards from there and start building it with the Ten of Pentacles. With the Eight of Pentacles, you have the Five of Wands. Yeah, I would just be working. Right now, Mars retrograde in Cancer, very emotional, right? And what I would say is that I would just work and ignore the competition. I feel if you're worrying about, what everybody else is doing, then you're going to slow down. I think if you just focus on what you're doing, things are going to go great. And that's what's popping into my head with that card. Next, you have this security card and this transformation card. This is coming up in the area of messages from your future self. And so there clearly could be a lot of security coming in for your working on security. Ten of Pentacles and the Four of Pentacles I consider to be foundational cards. They represent, building a solid foundation. The transformation card, I just feel saying you're going through changes. I was kind of getting death on the Six of Swords, like a death transformation, like the death card, even though that's not really what that means. So some of you are clearly going through a transformation or a change. You have the Seven of Cups, the King of Cups, and the Ace of Cups. Again, needing to believe that something is possible. I'm pretty sure I say this to you in every single reading. I'm pretty sure you get this card with me all the time. And so, again, this is clearly a repeating message for you here, Aquarius, where instead of like just dreaming about what's going to happen, I feel like you need to start, making it happen. Start making the dream happen with the Seven of Cups and stop like imagining all the things that could happen, right? And so definitely time for action. You have the King of Cups. The King of Cups would also be about following your heart, just like the Queen of Cups. He has explored his emotions to a very deep level. And because of that, he is perfectly fine. He's sitting in these choppy waters, but he's not worried about it because he knows how he feels about everything. I also feel a lot of you are getting ready to do things you've never done before. I know that's a general message, but he has this boat behind him here, and the boat literally, on the King of Cups, literally represents exploring the unknown, doing things you've never done before, and that could bring you closer to your heart, could help you find love, it could lead to whatever you want. So I would definitely be open to exploration if I were you. I'm also getting moving here. Or moving's popping into my head. So if you're thinking about moving, I feel it would be a good idea, especially with that Ten of Pentacles. Sometimes I feel with the Ten of Pentacles, we move for security, and you have that security card. So, again, just putting it all together, I feel if you are moving and if you're wondering if it's going to be a good move, the answer is yes. I'm definitely getting like a solid yes. Sometimes, I think it's kind of like a question that I used to get all the time, like, should I move? Is it actually going to be beneficial? Because sometimes we move and it's not. So I think if you are moving, it is going to be like a beneficial move. You have the Ace of Cups, your emotions overflowing, being really happy. Definitely could be a love offer, of course. We've already talked about it. But I do feel a lot of happiness on this Ace of Cups. I also feel like a work happiness going on here. Eight of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles with the Five of Wands. The more you just focus on your work, the more you're going to be in the flow, and like the less you worry about what everyone else is doing. I feel that's going to create this nice flow that we have with the Ace of Cups. With the Seven of Cups, you have the Eight of Pentacles, literally just saying, take action. You already have the vision. My thing with the Ten of Pentacles is I feel that sometimes the Ten of Pentacles does say we already have the vision. Like I was saying earlier, we have to get the big picture with the Ten of Pentacles. We don't just get the Ten of Pentacles. And so with the Ten of Pentacles, we have to like zoom out and say, I want this, this, and this in my life. And then we have to get to work to make that happen. But having the vision is, kind of like the first step, like understanding like, okay, these are the things, or this is the life that I really want to live. And, going from there is a good idea. With the King of Cups, you have the Fool. This could be you taking a risk or a leap of faith towards a person. So if you are wanting love, this could be like a risk or, a new beginning or doing something to like flirt with this person. Like I said, take action. Do something. I don't know. Do what your grandma would do, right? I don't have any good flirting tips here, but everybody. Whenever I say this, people are like, "I don't want to make the first move." I'm like, "Well, you don't have to make the first move, but you have to maybe get this person's attention or something." Is what I feel on that Fool card. So there you go. With the Ace of Cups, you have the Four of Pentacles. A lot of really good foundational energy here. King of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles. This card. I feel a lot of you could be building a solid foundation. Normally, I don't really like the Four of Pentacles because he's holding on too tightly to the past, but, and I kind of feel like I said this as well. I'm having deja vu as I say this to you here, Aquarius. So, maybe you already have been working on building a solid foundation, or, maybe this came up in your February reading, I think, and I would just keep working on having a solid foundation, whether it's like in work and business and love, whatever. I feel that financial, or that kind of like foundational work is going to be the most beneficial for you, and that's it. Simple, right? Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this. You cannot make this up. It says, envision on it. It says, do you know exactly what you want? Are you acting consistently towards achieving it? We literally said that with the Ten of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles. It says, maintain a clear vision of what you are calling forth, and you will be unstoppable. That is the entire reading right there. You cannot make that up. You have this dream home card. It says, when you are living your best life every day, your dream home is actually home. And we said something about the home as well. So, like I said, I think you just need to be able to see your vision and then start taking the actions towards it, and you will be unstoppable. There you go. You have the Nine of Cups, Ten of Wands, and the Five of Swords. This is the area of the good stuff. So the Nine of Cups could represent some sort of wish or wish fulfillment coming in for you. The Nine of Cups is just a card of fulfillment. And sorry, I was born with a thick neck, or like no neck, and so I don't really like shirts that like choke me. And this shirt is just driving me crazy today. But anyway, rant over, right? But the Nine of Cups is kind of like a card of fulfillment, or just being in the energy of already having something that you want. I also get the feeling like something is going to be easier than you think. I'm not saying it's going to be easy, just easier than you think. Like maybe you think, oh, to build this business, it's going to take me 2 years, but maybe it only takes you 1, right? Like that's what I'm talking about here. I just get this message of something, like it's going to take work, of course, but just probably less than you think. And so if that's what's holding you back, I would get to work, because, something is going to not be as much work as you think. It's going to be work still. I want to get that out there, but not as much. You have the Ten of Wands. Ten of Wands is like, I feel like you're getting something off your shoulders, So if you've been holding yourself back, or, if you have been, holding something in, I feel that you're letting it out really that's really the only message I'm getting off of this Ten of Wands. And I feel that it is kind of like a weight off your shoulders. You have the Five of Swords. Five of Swords is about taking a risk, and with the Fool especially, and especially coming up in the good stuff. Again, you and Leo are very similar opposites. Not all the opposites I read for are very similar, but like you and Leo are definitely very similar in some of the stuff that comes up. So, I would take a risk. If you have Leo in your chart, I would definitely watch the Leo readings. I think it could be extra beneficial for you, but you both always get these cards of kind of like taking risk. With the Nine of Cups, you have the Hangman. The Hangman is like finally getting the answer. It has sacrificed movement. He's sacrificed the use of his arms and his legs so that he can gain enlightenment here. And now he understands what his next steps are. He's gained enlightenment, especially in the good stuff. The Hangman to me would represent forward movement, or finally making progress towards something you're working towards. With the Ten of Wands, you have the Seven of Cups again. This could be what you're getting off your shoulders. You're like finally putting in the work here with the Eight of Pentacles on a dream, or something that you're imagining. Again, the Seven of Cups is, I like the Seven of Cups. I don't think it's a bad card personally, but I do feel that at a certain point he needs to stop just thinking about what he wants. It's basically mental masturbation. He is just fantasizing about what he wants, and he's getting really excited about what he wants, but he's not doing anything about it. And so I feel that it's time for action. With the Five of Swords, you have the Three of Swords. Three of Swords can represent healing in the good stuff. With the Three of Swords, those swords are in our own heart, and we have to remove those swords from our heart so we can heal. And the Three of Swords is about forgiveness, or kind of forgiving the past. And we don't have to forgive the past directly. We just have to forgive the past in our heart, and then we will be able to move on. So that's what I would do there. Sure, we'll take both of these as well. You have this Tower card that says, here's another one. You cannot make this up. It says solid foundation, success with effort. We literally said those two things, foundation and effort, in this reading. It's like, this is one of the best readings I've done for you in a while, I think, Aquarius. Whenever reading, I look at readings that flow very nicely, meaning like the cards actually match up to what the reading is saying. I look at that as, very strong confirmation, so really good. You have this firecracker card. It says excitement on it. So clearly there's something exciting coming in for you here. You have this sun card. It says happiness and well-being. There you go. So happiness and well-being coming in for you. You have this man card. It says dealings or relationships with a man. It could be any gender. And then you have this fan. It says romance, celebration, and party. So if you want to meet a person, this could be through socializing, going to a party, or something along those lines. These two cards wanted to come out together. You have this rat card. It says someone is working against you behind your back, and then you have this reconciliation card. I would be careful of any rats from the past coming back into your life, plain and simple. This is very much like Mars retrograde energy. I would also say with the Five of Wands, I would be careful of jealousy or people who have been jealous of you in the past or anything like that. In work and business, but also love. I would definitely be careful of that. In love, if there is, we don't really see anyone coming back from the past except for those two cards, but just intuitively what I feel is I feel like some of you might have a past person that has it made up in their mind, the type of person you are. And so I get this story popping into my head of a person who's coming back to just be able to be see, I knew this person, was a jerk. I knew this person was not as strong as they say they were or whatever. So I would just ignore that person so that you don't prove them right? And so there you go. This looks very good. Thank you for being here and definitely enjoy your week.